Good morning. So this reading is for Thursday, April 24th. And what I'm doing here is pulling a little bit about our past. One more. Current energy. Okay, let's see where we're going. One more. I'm not surprised to see the Eight of Cups showing up at the bottom of the deck. So the Eight of Cups is about moving on from a situation. That is coming through very loud and clear in this reading. And so when I look at kind of what's taking place right now, I look at the past energy here and I see the Ten of Cups, the Moon, and the Tower. So here's some change showing up here in the past. This would be that kind of sudden change that was taking place, a sudden removal of things or people, whatever the case is from your life. It could even just be an awakening where you're recognizing things, kind of whatever was hidden in shadow here with that Moon energy. So really understanding what were you missing? How did it impact you? All of that with the Moon card. And the Ten of Cups indicates that this Tower shook things up in such a way that it allowed you to see what you were missing, but also what you really wanted. And so that's how it's coming across in the past energy. And when I look at the current energy, I'm getting the Star, Page of Wands, and then I'm getting the Ten of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. So that ending, that last ending, that Tower moment, that painful ending, that was supposed to happen. This wasn't meant to be carried forward. This ending took place so that you could move forward with your life, that you could really recapture whatever happiness you were seeking. That Wheel of Fortune, it's growth, expansion, it's a fated turn of events. And so these are things that are destined to play out. And so when I see the Star showing up with the Page of Wands, the Star in the Page of Wands indicates that it's kind of created this new inspiration for moving forward, going after your dreams, making them a reality. There's a healing element to it because it just feels like you're worthy of them, that now that you're putting the past behind and you're putting some distance between you and that chapter closing, you're starting to recognize what you're capable of doing, what you're capable of achieving here. And it feels like up until now, you haven't really been able to make that clear to yourself. Just what exactly that you're capable of doing has always been something that was this fantasy that you weren't really able to capture and make it a reality. And now it feels like, oh, all of these dreams that I've had, all of these things that I've ever wanted, I am capable of achieving that. I am capable of having that in my life. And so when I look at the future energy here, I'm getting the Five of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Fool card. So the Five of Swords is a change in the entire situation. That's what fives represent. And so here, this is about you kind of resolving some sort of inner conflict is how it's coming across. This is not you in connection with another person. This is really about you resolving something here with that Moon and the Tower in the past, you figuring out exactly what you're capable of doing, putting all of that baggage behind you, the pain of the past, that last chapter, all of that just lack mentality is what I'm getting, where you didn't think you were worthy or capable of achieving what you wanted here. And so the Five of Swords tells me that you're really moving on from this situation. You're resolving the conflict. You're giving yourself that grace to really move forward. And with the Eight of Wands, it's more of that energy too. Like, I'm going forward. I'm going to do what I want to do. Eight of Wands, you might be having conversations with other people around this, your forward movement, but it's the Fool here that I really, really love sitting in this potential outcome. And so this is a brand new chapter, brand new beginning. You're clearing yourself of the past so that you're not tainting this future chapter. That's how the Fool is showing up here. And so let's clarify and get some additional details. Tell me about the Ten of Cups. And the Tower. Okay. So with the Ten of Cups, I'm getting the Six of Cups. So there could be something here connected to children that may or may not resonate. But what I am getting sense here is when you really focus on your long-term opportunities, when you really get clear on exactly what feels good to you, it's restoring a sense of happiness that you haven't had in quite some time. And so it's showing up in the past energy. So this is something that you've already figured out. And then we have the moon showing up with the Ace of Swords. And so a lot of clarity, all of those things that were hidden in shadow, all of those things that you just weren't able to see, the impact that it was having on you, that really strong emotional impact it was having. The Ace of Swords indicates that you are seeing it all clearly now. You understand just whatever this last chapter was that ended, the impact that it had, and maybe how it was holding you back. Because once you see things and once you really understand how it's affecting you, you're able to make meaningful change. And that's exactly what is happening here. So clarifying that Tower, we have the Ace of Cups showing up. So Ace of Cups, brand new beginning, fresh start, going after exactly what you want. The Tower removed any obstacles and barriers to you achieving your happiness, really going after that 10 of Cups energy, restoring that happiness with the 6 of Cups. That's what the Tower was doing here. I love all the aces that are showing up along with that Fool energy. So let's get the Star. Ten of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. Clarifying the Star here is the moon. And so the moon was all of those things hidden in shadow. But once you recognize what they were and the impact that it had, you can use that to your advantage. You can heal through that. You can feel the emotions on a much stronger, deeper level. And it allows you to really embrace your dreams. This feels like it's something that was not previously achievable is now achievable. With the Page of Wands, I'm getting the Two of Swords. So Page of Wands is about you moving forward, taking some sort of action here. Two of Swords indicates that you might have multiple opportunities. There might be multiple paths that are sitting in front of you. And then with the 10 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune here, I'm getting the 3 of Pentacles. So somebody else is showing up here on the path, but I'm getting a lot of the work is being done internally. It's all a reflection of what you're doing for yourself. Opportunities are now starting to appear on your path. And where you want to take some sort of action here in your current energy, you might be a little bit unsure what you need to do, but it feels like the 3 of Pentacles, you do know one thing's for sure, that you want to enlist the aid of another person, work with another person on this entire kind of path forward. I'm actually going to get a little bit of advice here on that Two of Swords. So when it comes to making a decision around what path that you want to take, exactly what steps that you want to take here, I'm getting the Temperance energy. So finding that inner balance, which is exactly what you've been working on. It's about you taking control of yourself, of your emotions, and recognizing what works, what doesn't work, and just finding that balance, letting go of all of the pain of the past. 10 of Cups, focusing on your future, focusing on what is going to make you happy in the long run. And then the 4 of Cups indicates really sitting in your feelings. You don't have to have an immediate oh my gosh, I can't get the word out. I still can't. Response or reaction. So when you're presented with an opportunity, you don't have to do something right away. You can take the time necessary to sit in your feelings, kind of understand what it is that you want, then move, then take some sort of action, because you do have somebody else here on the path and they might be helping you in that way, or you might be taking a step with this person here, the 3 of Pentacles. So I like the way that that is coming across. So let's get the 5 of Swords. I like it when the cards repeat, and this reading has had a lot of repeating cards. And so when I'm clarifying that 5 of Swords, that resolving the inner conflict, this is what you were meant to do. The Wheel of Fortune is showing up here. So it's showing up in the current energy. It's showing up in the future energy, which does indicate things are playing out exactly the way that they're supposed to. There is some sort of partnership or some sort of union here. the work that you're doing is really what you're meant to be doing. This other person, it's almost like two things are happening here because of the way the Wheel of Fortune is coming through. There's a fated union here, working with this person, helping you resolve and move on from a situation in the past. But there's also the piece that you're working on by yourself. And so there's two different things that are happening. Both are equally important. So don't discount one in favor of the other. You can do both at the same time, and you're encouraged to do both at the same time. And with that Eight of Wands, I'm getting the Tower. There is going to be a sudden breakthrough. If you feel like you've been stuck or stagnant, especially with that Two of Swords showing up, clarifying the middle of the reading, and you being encouraged to kind of sit with your feelings, get clear on that, then take an action, you are going to have a sudden breakthrough. That is how the future is playing out here. A lot of divine timing showing up in this reading with the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune both coming out twice. And so when I look at the future energy and I'm clarifying the Fool, I'm getting the Knight of Swords. That breakthrough is going to lead to a lot of positive momentum, a lot of movement forward, exactly what you've been wanting, exactly what you've been working towards. And so it's all showing up here in this future energy. So this is the reading for Thursday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.